Hey YouTube, and we're back with an informal tutorial. Today we're going to cover a trick called green triangle. The trick isn't really that difficult, but the thing is there is some elements to that might be very different for those who are just learning how to yo-yo or just trying to understand how the trick works. So let me try to see if I could break it down into different views as well as perspectives of how to approach this, or being able to see it in a different way so that you'll understand what's going on. And let me just change the camera angle, and here we go. To start off the trick to do green triangle, you'll start with a trapeze, and then you'll dismount, and then you'll kind of do a trapeze with his brother, except it'll be landing on the rear string, or the string closest to you. And then you'll dismount. Here, let me show you again. So the concept of the trick is, the motion is very similar to man on flying trapeze with his brother, but the only difference is trapeze and his brother, you're actually landing on the string closest to you. You'll land a trapeze, you'll dismount, and then you'll land on that string that's closest to you. So usually it's going to be behind the string that's coming from your throw hand. And here's one of a different angle. Let me slow it down for you. So you'll first land the string like on trapeze, and then you'll dismount, and then you'll try to land on the string that's behind the front string, so that string that's coming from your throw finger. And then what you'll do is you'll just slide all those string that's wrapped around your throw hand off, and it creates this triangle. You'll pop off towards you in this case. So the concept of the trick is essentially you're landing the yo-yo onto the string that's coming from the yo-yo, but what you're doing instead is you're having another object, or in this case your hand or the string, that will intercept in between as you're landing it. So here you go. If you notice, what's hooked on my thumb is essentially a string that's closest to the yo-yo, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to pop the yo-yo, that it'll go over on top of that string that's coming from my throw hand. So this kind of creates that wrap, creating that triangle. So I'm not so sure that the green triangle I've been doing is considered front style or side style. So here's another version. I believe somebody was asking me to see if I could do a front style. It's a very similar concept. So let me try to show you in slow motion. The front style might be a little bit more difficult for me to explain, so just watch the video. You'll notice it's a very similar mount to a split bottom mount, but the only difference is I'm approaching it in a direction on the opposite side, and I'm mounting it over kind of like my wrist or my hand. And then as I slide off the string, it creates this green triangle. And then as I'm going to pop off, I'm going to pop off towards the outer part of my throwing hand. So the green triangle, whenever you're mounting on, how you pop off depends on which direction you go in. And here's a different angle. And here it is in slow motion. So you'll notice it's a very similar way of trying to start your split bottom mount. But here, you'll see that I'm actually trying to hit on the outside part of my body. So it's kind of like the opposite direction of doing the usual split bottom mount. And then as I slide the string off, it just creates that triangle. So I hope this helps. And here are a few variations. A couple of these I actually made like about 15 years ago. Didn't really know that it was called green triangle. So I thought, oh, okay, well, it's kind of cool that I mounted something into a triangle. Just never knew that it's called green triangle. Like I said, this is probably like around 15 years ago. Didn't really know if that was what it's called. Also, if you might notice, or probably, I don't know, but if you do a wrist mount, if you actually look really closely, a wrist mount is technically a type of green triangle. Surprising, huh? Well, if you already knew, that's cool. Hope you liked this video. If you do, please like, subscribe, comment if you guys have any suggestions for tutorials that I should cover next, and I'll see you guys later.